And I am live talking about movies once again. Tonight we talk about Die My Love and Keeper, two movies with couples as their lead and the center of all of the attention. I will spoil the entire thing. As usual, I am the guy with the hot takes. The takes that actually get out of the mold and I think outside the box. And again, that's your warning. I will be spoiling both movies. Let's get into it. So, coming first, we have A Die My Love. I quite enjoyed that movie despite a lot of people not really liking it. It's surprising because the critique they are on board and the fans are not. With that being said, we use the usual formula. Let's screen share Die My Love before I really dive deep into my review. So let's get into it. There we go, Die My Love, directed by Lynn Ramsey. Screenplay by Hinda Walsh, Lynn Ramsey, Ellis Birch, based on A Die My Love by Ariana Hartwitz, produced by Martin Scorsese, Jennifer Lawrence, Justin Ciarcocci, Molly Smith, Dad Licking Bill, Andrea Calder-Wood. It's a female-driven movie. Maybe that's why the critiques are all over it, saying, "Oh, it's great, it's a masterpiece, it's that or this." Um, but yeah, let's keep going to which actors are starring in that movie. Jennifer Lawrence, Robert Pattinson, Lakeith Stanfield, Nick Nolte, Cece Spacek. Cinematography, Seamus McGarvey. Edited by Tony Fochtjame. I butchered so many names, it's a record. There are so many people involved. Maybe too many cook in the kitchen, I don't know. Music by George Vizhinka. Refi Borchel, Lynn Ramsey, production company Black Label Media XN Cadaver, Sicilia production distributed by Mubi. Release date November 7th, running time 119 minutes, and it's a bomb because the budget was 25 million and the box office was 7 million. I'm not surprised. Now let's dive deep into the plot. Let's get into it. It's not too complicated. A couple become parents, changing the couple dynamic. The mother isn't fit to be a stay-at-home mother, and she's not happy while she believes her boyfriend cheats on her while she's having fantasies about cheating on her boyfriend. The movie is about love dying. And there we go. That was short, that was brief. Now, here's my review. And just before I really dive deep into my review, I will say this. I went to see it with my girlfriend, and after the movie, because I was like, maybe she didn't understand the movie, I asked her, "What do you think that movie is about?" And I was right, because she answered me wrong, and she said, "Oh, it's about fixing relationship, and it's about how they manage to fix their relationship and how they love each other regardless of what's going on." And maybe my reading is wrong, but my understanding is that movie highlighted how couple self-destruct. In the end, it's a breakup movie, and it really feels that way. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm crazy. Let's get into my review of that breakup movie. Think it's the best way to frame it. My first issue. I strongly believe we had to own issue at some point. A scene meant to be serious and sad turned out to be hilarious for the wrong reason. And it's kind of sad because that movie is labeled as a dark comedy of some sort. And maybe that was the intent, but again, I think the tone didn't all fit, didn't all work. It's a bit unfortunate. That's my first issue with this movie. Now let's get into my second issue with Die My Love. Pacing wasn't great. 20 to 30 minutes could have been cut and they would have told the same story. It was throughout the movie. My third and last issue, the mother was shown to be dangerous to herself, yet when she's alone in her room at the asylum, she still tries to have a pencil. Like, she won't arm herself, right? Right. Anyhow, um, I think overall, Die My Love is a very fun experience. Despite the issues, I think there are really fun highlights. Let's get into the likes I had. I think the performances were great. The characters were enjoyable. The baby being born led to the death of intimacy within the parents. And I think that's a story I've seen many times, but that movie did it right. And I didn't experience it yet, but I'm sure a lot of people did. It's something that's relatable. Postpartum did impact both daddy and mommy in different ways that the movie showed very well. Movie was great at showing overtelling. The boyfriend tone deaf on what was going on in his couple, and he didn't really want to understand or truly solve the couple's issues. They were talking, but that was like empty talk, and that was very interesting. So again, that movie is about two people drifting away because of their kids. It's kind of tragic because usually when you have a kid, you should come closer, but they took the wrong lesson, and that's the movie. Um, the parents were shown to be acting like animals when they'd have a bedroom fun or when the mother would walk like dogs and cats. Both parents were shown to neglect their relationship and their kid. Nice message that some people get married thinking that fixed the relationship issues. Nice movie showing in full display how love comes to die. I think that movie is very fun. People hate it. Maybe they don't understand it. Maybe it's valid. Only Rotten Tomato will say. My grade for Die My Love is an 8 out of 10. It's a quite great movie in my books. It's in the middle of what we had this year because I think this year had really great material. As of right now, I'm approaching 130 movies I've seen from this year, and I can tell there's a lot of good material. Unfortunately, they don't necessarily reach the heights of what we had last year. But yeah, Die My Love is a well deserved 8 out of 10 in my books. So let's get to the next segment, the Rotten Tomatoes segment. Am I crazy? Am I telling the truth? Only Rotten Tomato will tell. Die My Love, there we go. Yeah, we can already see a big shift. You see, I praise it more than the critique, and it's night and day between me and the other reviewer. So, a portrait of a woman engulfed by love and madness. I think that describes very well the movie. I prefer my plot, but hey, I'm biased there. Let's get. Oh, actually, you know what? To add the what to know. Critics' consensus: a frenzied depiction of a common but oft ignore experience. Die My Love might be too stylistically mannered to fully connect, but gives Jennifer Lawrence with one of her most vivid roles yet. I do agree with that. And the critics are saying it's kind of good. Audience says an art house character piece buoyed by Jennifer Lawrence's raw performance. Die My Love daringly explore postpartum psychosis, but ultimately perishes under its languid pace and emotional onslaught. So I guess before really reading people comment, I guess I was right about the pacing. It didn't move well. So let's get into the critique. And the first two, they blast that movie. The first one, Adam Quintanilla. Its narrative never catches up to its elusive, occasionally unsettling imagery. With a 2.5 out of 5, that's a 5 out of 10. Quite low when compared to me. But again, I'm the crazy guy with the crazy takes. Maxwell Rab. Die My Love phrase alongside Grace, falling prey to its aesthetic machination, which meander their way to a dull ending, unfit for its lethal, serrated performance. Another rotten score, folks. 2 rotten score in a row. Now we got a third and a fourth. So it looks like every critic has a friend now hated it, and maybe it will take me many critique to actually find people that enjoyed it. So let's get into it. I really admired it from a craft perspective. I did not think it worked in terms of how the storytelling is built. And that's rotten. Overly repetitive and confused for a film that constantly tries to present abstract and fantastical emotional beats. It is confusing why the film holds itself back to remain so grounded and dry. Another rotten score. So it looks like I'm crazy. All of these people are not on board with what I said. Rosemary is just awful. 1 out of 5 stars, so that's a 2. Wow, that's one of the worst things she's seen. Amazing movie and cast touches on a subject never talked about. So that person gave a 5 out of 5. Wow. Maybe she can relate and she is a target audience. Shane, another 5 out of 5. Very strange but very good. Like the John Pine song. 5 out of 5. So another perfect score there. So I feel like there's that crowd that's like, that's a masterpiece. There's that crowd that's like, that's dog shit. And the movie is like somewhere right in the middle, and that's why it got like a 4 out of 10, like for the audience, because there's these two crowds that fight each other. Jennifer Lawrence did such a great job acting as a Wako. I'm not even sure she was even acting. Wow. This film was extremely hard to sit through and finish. That person, folks, with a 1.5 out of 10. So that's like a 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10. Sorry about that. 3 out of 10. So, consensus. I'm alone in my boat. It feels lonely. So, this marks the end of the Die My Love segment. And again, I enjoyed it. I disagree with all of these people, except for the pacing, but apparently I'm the only one that I liked the pacing. So let's dive deep into Keeper, the second movie. So Keeper, just before we dive deep into it, I must say, the previous film of that person, I really enjoyed them. Longlegs, the monkey, especially Longlegs. It's one of my favorite among all. Osgood Perkins is really talented. And maybe that's my bias because I just like most of their projects. So let's get into Keeper. There we go. Keeper. This is Keeper. And there's a lot of people involved in Keeper. A lot of them are involved, and I like it. The way to do it. Osgood Perkins, respect my person. I enjoy your project. So, okay, let's get into it. Keeper. Written by Nick Lepper, directed by Osgood Perkins, produced by Chris Ferguson, G. Savat, starring Tatiana Maslany, aka She-Hulk, Rossif Sutherland, Burkitt Turton, Eden Weiss. Cinematography Jeremy Cox, edited by Graham Fortin, Craig and Jay. Music by Edo Van Benem. Production companies Wayward Entertainment, Big Rodeo Film, Oddfellow Picture, distributed by Neon, one of my favorite distributor out there. Released November 14th. Running time 99 minutes. Country United States. Language English. Budget 6 million. Box office 3 million. So I will just say that I really feel like this could have been a great short movie. I don't think that was a good idea to make it a full movie the way they did, but hey, I'm not in charge. So now, before I get into the plot, I will say this. I admit, I don't think I've understood everything on the first viewing and need more, but I don't know if I will have more. I like the movie, don't get me wrong, but I didn't like it enough to say, you know what, I want to get back to it like tomorrow and I want to see it again. No, I still like the movie again, but not enough for that. Plot. Rich guy brings girlfriend to an isolated countryside retreat. The cousin of rich guy is quite creepy, bringing weird things in the house. Odd sounds are heard when girlfriend is alone and when it's nighttime. Can the girlfriend, the rich guy, and the cousin be trusted? I say that because they all lie at some point. It's all getting kind of crazy at some point. So, I guess this is the perfect moment to dive deep into my review. Again, my background with that person that made that film. I like The Monkey, I like Long Legs. When compared to these two movies, I do think it's a letdown. It's unfortunate because Long Legs is one of my all-time favorites. It's probably, if I remember correctly, it's like my second favorite movie ever. That's something, right? The Monkey, in the other end, wasn't as great, but it was better than Keeper, and it's still in the higher part of the movies that came out this year because The Monkey came out this year. So Osgood Perkins, I think, has a great future. Just keep making great movies. Anyhow, let's get into my issues. And it's kind of funny because I still like the movie a lot, but I don't have a lot to say. The other factor is I've seen it Friday and I've seen so many movies since then, and I was just way too late to the party to mark down some notes. But let's get into it. My first issue and my second issue are more of the same. But let's get into it. Issue number 1, the pacing, especially early in the movie, wasn't great. My second issue, more pacing issues right in the middle of the movie. And I mentioned that because I think the ending, like the last stretch of like 20-ish minute was great. But the movie is 1 hour and a half, and I think it drags on very long. That's why I say that movie would have been far better if it was a short movie and not the long feature we got, because don't think we had enough material to really go on with the feature length, a long movie like that. I know 1 hour and a half is short, but felt long. That movie felt long. Doesn't feel justified, the length. Anyhow, let's get into the few likes, because there's still a few likes here. I enjoyed that movie. The acting was good, the characters had charisma, sound effect and production were solid. The rich guy being a liar was fun, the jump scare were solid, the tension on the lead when we got the drunk cousin walking around and when she's getting chased in the third act by all of these weird creatures. It's something. The humor was solid. The movie was great at showing overtelling. And there's all of these setup where it's weird, it's creepy, it has a unique flavor. That movie feels unique. Overall, Keeper was a very fun experience. And it's a bit unfortunate I don't have a lot more to say on that. So Keeper for me is a well-deserved 8.5. I do think Keeper is slightly above Die My Love. Simply because I had less issues with it. And again, I will repeat what I already mentioned. I feel like Keeper could have been shorter. Keeper could have been like a short film. The runtime wasn't justified by any means. And that's my biggest issue with Keeper. Now, the big segment, the Rotten Tomato segment on Keeper to see whether I'm crazy or not. I think we will repeat the formula where I am crazy, but we need to see Rotten Tomato to just have proof and receipt. Let's get into it. So Keeper, aka She-Hulk, aka a rich guy brings girlfriend in retreat. I like how I framed the plot for real. So we will do the usual thing. We will get into the consensus and we'll get into a few of the reviews. Terrifying vision plague a free-spirited artist when she traveled to a secluded cabin with a doctor she has been dating for 1 year. Um, okay, there's no consensus apparently. Interesting. Okay, let's get into the critique reviews. Barry Levitt, a surreal, endlessly creepy exploration of love and desire with a terrific turn from Tatiana Maslany, makes for an exciting and unpredictable departure of Osgood Perkinov. I I disagree with that person. I'm sorry, but like I enjoy Osgood Perkins, but that movie just feels like another Osgood Perkins. It's not that different from the Monkey or Longlegs. But again, I like Monkey and the Longlegs, and even that movie I also liked it. But to say it's a departure, I can't agree. So that person gave a 8 out of 10, just like me. The mood is low key and naturalistic, yet a streak of trippy weirdness keeps intruding. And there's the thing: the weird part don't add up. That's likely by design, but that doesn't make it good. And that's rotten for that person. The next one also, oh, we got two rotten in a row here. Osgood Perkins' mistakes, absurdness for surrealists, and a oppressive atmosphere of palpable tension with a 1 out of 4, so that'd be like 40%? I think. I don't know. Keeper is haunting, but doesn't linger, even thought it's ensured by a powerhouse performance from Maslany. Powerhouse, I don't know, like she's good, but Powerhouse? I don't know. Oh my, let's get to the audience. Oh my, these people, they are not as pleased as me with the movie. This movie made zero sense. The characters were unusually emotional, without prompt, and the storyline left so many questions unanswered. Horrible movie. So actually, I'm not crazy to say I didn't get everything. So maybe the whole actually lower my score. I don't know. Waited the old time for something special to happen or the action to go, then it ended. Most worst movie tied with Shelby Oaks this year. Not even worth watching for free. These people, they both gave 0.5, so that'd be like a 10 out, well, a 1 out of 10. Sorry about that. 1 out of 10, both cases. Oh, look, 2 out of 10. It's the higher score, folks. Just an all around stupid movie, cliche after cliche with zero substance. Closest I've come to walking out of a movie in years. And in inside, I wish I would have. Oh my, these people! Not too impressed, kind of boring. Well, consensus is there. I'm the only one on the planet that loved it. What's new? Anyhow, I enjoyed making this show. I like sounding crazy. It's just part of my identity at that point, and I like it. So, with that being said, well, what to come next on the channel? Next Saturday, we get political again. Next Monday, there's another mainstream movie review. I don't know what I will be covering yet. Well, I do know, but not by art. I feel like a broken record at that point. We are near the end of this season. It's almost 2026, and I'm already teasing how the show will be next year. We will have much lesser episode in a year simply because life happens. I want to do other things, and yeah. So 2026 mainstream movie reviews will have a different formula. So hopefully you will stick around. And Saturday, our usual time, we talk politics. With this, thank you for watching, and I am out. Good.